Art through God's eyes. Before you pick up your brush, your chisel, your welder's helmet, your knitting needles, or that musical instrument, in order to take on the challenge of creating, take a moment to see your art through the eyes of our Creator. God sees all that He has created as artistry. If our Heavenly Father could make the case for Himself, I imagine He would say, "All that I have created is intricate and beautiful." Take heed. Look closely. Do you not see design in all of my creations? Nothing I have created in your world is random. In the void, my voice was my brush and my words were my paint. From the delineation of light and dark to the first breath of man, every part of creation had usefulness, utility, virtue, beauty, and weight. There was no putty or filler on my palette. What did not add to these qualities was blown away like chaff, cut up like worthless dried vines, and burned to keep me warm as I worked into the night. When my brush was finally quieted, I rested. I stood back to see all the parts of my creation working together, interacting together, giving life to one another, and yet all the parts became one complete and perfect creation. It was good. From the smallest mite on a mouse's ear to the vast universe that is beyond your reach. I saw that all of it was good. Not just good, but divinely perfect. What should bring you the greatest joy from my creation is not the eternal vastness, but the unending redemption and renewal of my creation. The seed in the ground, the eggs being kept warm in the nest, and the soul implanting itself in the mother's womb. This is how I intended all of mankind to begin their life, tethered to the life of another. Yet, when the tether is cut and one is given his freedom, it was my intention that the beauty of his own personal creations would begin. This is when I bestow man with his greatest gift, my breath of free will. This breath gives man the license and freedom to create alongside me within this universe filled with design. How could man possibly create if I had not given him free will to choose a path or to make his own path? But Satan can use my greatest gifts to deceive and destroy my art. He used my perfect creation to bring about devastation. He knew that if he could just add a splash of imperfection to my painting, that I would have to put down my brush until the painting could be repaired. I left it up to man to continue the painting I had made. Yet, man was unable to undo the damage. This is why I sent my son to reenact the perfect painting I began in the garden. He was to redeem and remind man of that perfect design. He was to renew man's hope that my creation would once again reflect the original intent of my design, that man would see my handiwork and join with the rest of creation to once again worship me as his creator. It was my most costly act of redemption, and it was very good. Man once again had a brush in his hand, a song in his heart, and a reason to create. So now, when you step back from your own work and you realize you are now tethered to your creation, you will sense your work is complete as I once did in the garden. The work is no longer pushing you away, but drawing you in. It is no longer asking for life, but giving you life. In that moment, remember the heartfelt words of my beloved son. How often would I have gathered your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings? It was my wish from the beginning for you all to be tethered to your Creator, and I still wish it to be so. It is a cord that may have been cut in the garden, but it is a bond that can never be broken. Celebrate that bond by letting my words be your brush and my love be your paint.